How does the playbook change in 2025 for all the fund houses willing to tap into the growing retail market in Europe? If the Capital Markets Union is working, fund managers can no longer ignore the rules introduced in Europe to facilitate the attainment of the goals of deepening the single market. In other words, if you want to raise your AUMs in Europe in 2025, you better play by the book. Here we are referring to the rules introduced under the Cross-Border Distribution Directive. More namely, the new regime of the local facilities under Article 92 UCITS Directive. Fund managers who are willing to take a bigger share of the retail market in Europe can no longer afford to waste their marketing budget allocating resources to comply with outdated requirements, like the physical local premises in each European member state they distribute their funds. The first step for them is to transition to a digital delivery of the local facilities across all member states in Europe where this is a possibility, so that resources are freed and can be allocated to the markets that require different skills and tool sets. And the importance of allocated resources wisely is confirmed by the trends identified in the EFAMA asset management reports we just mentioned. The three hottest markets in Europe, according to EFAMA, Italy, Germany and Spain, are all markets where playing to win means something more than merely obtaining a local marketing authorization and be present on a fund platform. These are all markets where there are more subtle barriers to entry, including language barriers. Fund houses that continue to deliver success in these markets are the ones that have availability and can deploy the right set of skills, including language skills, to be able to forge the right relationships with local wholesalers and distribution platforms. Italy and Spain are also markets where there are more regulatory hurdles to overcome. The nuisances of local laws and distribution practices make the appointment of a local entity very hard to avoid, making this also more expensive market to penetrate compared to others across Europe. And if you want to know more about the nuisances of fund distribution in Italy, there is a video on the channel where we talk specifically about that. Here is where having an efficient and lean cross-border model for distribution allows you to invest more resources where it is required. And that does not necessarily have to be at the expense of maintaining a wider market presence, with speculative positioning also in other markets where retail exposure to investment funds can increase next.